Hello everyone, King of the Reviews here, and today we're going to talk some My Hero Academia. Now recently we just had the Traitor reveal, and it's caused a big stir. Of course, it's a pretty big storyline that Horikoshi has been building up or have been hinting at for a while now, and we finally got who it is. Aoyama. Interesting pick. Now in this video I'll be going over the recent 2 chapters about the Invisible Girl Aoyama thing. I'll kind of go over the seeds he kind of planted throughout the series and just kind of give my overall thoughts between the situation. So if you do end up enjoying the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Discord, Twitter, and my Patreon if you want to support me even more. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's get into the Traitor.
Everybody get your fucking hands up.
So first off, I want to say that I'm happy it's not Invisible Girl, even though I really wouldn't say Aoyama is much of a, lovable character. But for me, I felt like Invisible Girl's quirk and just how much she's done in the story so far, how little she's done, makes it a very easy and lazy choice. Because since she's invisible, right, you can just pretend that she was in scenes where she wasn't actually there and then just blame her quirk. So let's say you never, towards a scene where, there were 5 people there and then they said some information that only those 5 people would know, but you can just be like, oh, Invisible Girl was there too. Y'all didn't see her because she was invisible. So you can kind of tell how that can get lazy, because that sometimes would show that you might have not even been thinking of the storyline at that point, because if you made the Traitor like a real person, you would have to draw them in the scene. But because they're invisible, you just they're invisible. So I kind of didn't want it to be an Invisible Girl for that main reason. And of course, Invisible Girl just has been very little kind of interactions and stuff overall. So I wasn't really a big fan of the Invisible Girl if it was her, but you see it's Aoyama. And in hindsight, I would say Aoyama was pretty obvious in hindsight, because I went back and we actually got a full chapter on how weird Aoyama is. Right after Overhaul, I think it was 168 or 169, they went through literally 18 pages and then just Deku just being like, dude, Aoyama's kind of weird. And then they had, especially a lot of the panels they used, they were talking about Aoyama's true nature, or his true nature is revealed. He would say something to Deku get really happy, then he would look kind of guilty or depressed and stuff like that. And and with just scenes like those, and the fact that he even got a chapter talking about how iffy and suspicious he is, it's okay, in hindsight, we should have known. And there were people that pointed it out too. I know they used that one panel, but I thought of it as a meme. They were saying it like a meme. Haha, it's Aoyama took this panel here. But nah, legit, it was him. And it kind of makes sense. One big giveaway, I would say, about it was the fact that he was complaining about his quirk. Keep in mind, we're in UA, right? These are the best of the best, so everyone's quirk should be, not the quirk themselves should be elite, but they should know how to use them properly. Of course, they can't overuse them, like Ochako throwing up after using it too much. That's kind of different. But the way Aoyama made it sound like the quirk wasn't his. He was incompatible with his quirk. He used those words too. He said, hey, Deku, me and you were both incompatible with our quirks. And keep in mind, these are the only 2 people in the class that was given a quirk by someone else. Deku was just given a quirk by the good guy, All Might, and Aoyama was given a quirk by the bad guy, AFO. So it's very interesting that, we had that talk, with Aoyama, talking with Deku about how, his quirk didn't really fit him, how they're so similar, stuff like that. And keep in mind, Aoyama right now knows, probably knows about Deku, knows about all that stuff. I mean, I'm not sure if All For One told him all that, or even if All For One knew at the time, but the hints were there. They were there. So I definitely wouldn't call this a bad review, or he did it wrong, or it was shoehorned in. I feel like he planted enough seeds. It could definitely be Aoyama, given how much he put in the series. And one thing I did also appreciate about Horikoshi doing this was that Horikoshi didn't have Aoyama give his deepest, like his passionate, like heartfelt feelings when they were trying to bring Deku back. Remember, they were trying to bring Deku back, and everyone was given their, heartfelt, no, Deku, remember this scene and that scene. We were so close. I never had someone do this for me before. You're so cool. You're a great friend. Yada yada. Everyone's really pouring their heart out to get this guy back. And if you had someone faking it, then it's kind of like, was there other people faking it? Like the scene loses power. Of course it's fine, because Traitor's acting like they cared, like that's completely on the table. Like that's fine. But the scene itself still wouldn't be protected if there's someone out there faking their love. You know what I'm saying? So it's like having everyone be genuine and then leaving the Traitor out and then be like, oh, you saw that I wasn't part of the people that could genuinely say that, like, we respect you, yada yada yada, because of my actions. So I really appreciate that Hori didn't include him there, because that shows that Hori was thinking about this the whole time, because it was easy to just put Aoma there and be like, oh, he was faking it, we're good, spy season. But I like how Hori was he made sure that not only did he use like a real person, I mean Invisible Girl's a real person, but like someone you can physically see, but he also gave Aoma a chapter talk about how weird and stuff like that he is, and then also left them out of that scene where everyone else was in it. So like there were a lot of hints to the Aoma thing. So I 100% do not think this was bad. I think it was pretty good. Of course I would love it if Aoma was a bit cooler. He's literally just glitter, like shining and stuff like that. And then him saying he's a despicable villain, given how goofy he is, and even how his power works. Like he seems more like a victim than like an actual threat. So hey, I mean, but like a traitor's still a traitor. You don't have to be AFO to be like a traitor or something like that. You don't have to be at that level. But yeah, I'm liking also the parallels between Deku and him. Like I mentioned earlier, Deku getting the quirk from All Might and Aoma getting the quirk from AFO. They both weren't supposed to have quirks, and the thing is, don't blame their parents, because I know people bringing the parents are so stop using our societal rules on these people. Like, we saw what our main character went through being quirkless. It was terrible. Dude was getting bullied, abused. Imagine if Deku never had All Might in his life. If Deku never had All Might not in his life, but All Might to inspire him, as a kid, he'll be the most depressed, maybe even suicidal kid ever. You have nothing to live for, nothing to hope for. Quirkless, nothing, and then there's nothing to really bring joy or smile to his face. He's just getting bullied every day, stuff like that. But, All Might, of course, being the existence he is, and of course his father always supporting him, those helped him keep going on. And this is only because he's quirkless. That's it. Nothing else. Deku didn't go around hurting people or being mean to people. He just didn't have a quirk. And this is the life he had to live. And the Aoma was gonna live that same exact life. And his parents was offered, no, your kid doesn't have to live this life. Here, I can give him a quirk. They're like, of course, help my kid, please. And then it's AFO. AFO can kill them at any time. Now they have this debt on him, yada yada yada. So I don't blame the parents at all. We already saw how terrible of a lifestyle living quirkless is. So them deciding that they'll give the kid a quirk, completely fine. But yeah, because Aoma got his quirk from AFO instead of Deku, like getting it from All Might, he now has to live a completely, like, the hero life he wanted is he can have, whereas Deku can get his hero life. So moving forward, I'm really not sure where they're gonna go, because like I mentioned earlier, he seems more like a victim than a threat. It's like Aoma doesn't seem like Aoma, we're so scared. Aoma, please don't hurt us. You know what I'm saying? So, but of course he still did some inexcusable things. Like people still died because of him. People still got kidnapped and all this and that. But he was just leaking info. AFO was still the ones doing it. So I don't know how they're gonna look at it. Because these are some good people. Like they can like look in at like the bigger picture and stuff like that. And they'll know that if AFO wasn't there, Aoma probably wouldn't have done this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that in his nature he's evil. It's literally AFO, blackmail, stuff like that. So yeah, I have no clue where they're gonna go. I'm fine either way. If they decide to like punish him for, of course, leaking info and getting, the villains kept scoring on them over and over and over, and Aoma was a big reason why. So if they want to go down that direction where Aoma is punished heavily, maybe even they won't kill him, but like punished heavily, kicked out, yada, or try to like rehabilitate, be like, hey, we know it's not, like we can see that it wasn't you that did this, yada. Honestly, given how his parents were talking, of course they were trying to protect their family, but yeah, they seem really deep into the spy thing, bro. They say, hey, I don't care who our information kills, yada. We have to live. We have to, protect the family. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes, and that whole using Invisible Girl as like the person that heard about the traitor and told Deku, that was a nice little twist, because everyone and their mama thought it was her, but she was just listening in, big stalker. But yeah, so Traitor reveal, it was good. Of course, I wanted Traitor still to be someone I cared about a bit more, but like I said, looking at what he stacked up, looking at the Aoma chapter, looking at, the panels we got, I can really tell he had those panels where he looked very ashamed of himself, stuff like that, and even the recent chapter, he just wanted to live a good life and just can't, so all that was good, all that was fine, and like I said, him leaving him out that scene too made me really know that, all right, Hori meant it to be Aoma this whole time. This wasn't like a last second, spin the wheel and then throw a dart, oh, Aoma, like it was nothing like that. So good, I do, well, I mean, just the like fan I am, I do wish it was just like way more grand, like a way cooler person, big reveal, he freaking pulled up, killed somebody, something like that. But I'm fine with this. This was like, it was good. It matched up. Nothing was wrong. No inconsistencies. Nothing like that. So that's kind of my take on it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check the description for the Discord link if you want to join my server, and if you want to be a Patreon, help me out, support me there. The link for that is in the description as well. Thank you again, and I'll catch you later.